let's get into the new bots. Tasmanian Kid and Antagony. I would love to be able to show them in the showroom, but even if I did have, I have Antagony, but sadly the art is not ready. Now, I've lost track how many times I've said this. I think every single endurance bot that's been out for the last 3 or 4 years, I have literally said we need to get the content out sooner so people are bidding and they know what they're bidding for. So taking a look at it, I've kept it at level 10 for a reason. And I'll explain later why I've kept it at level 10 for now. Perform a swipe strike that deals 763 damage per second in a mid-sized area over 8 seconds. If hitting a target under the effects of the Mega Swipe, because it got 2 abilities, the duration of the water effect is reset. Then we've got Omega Swipe. Perform a swipe that deals 763 water damage. So you can see there, that's electric damage, this is water damage. Per second in a mid-sized area for over 8 seconds, so same damage. If hitting a target under the effects of Alpha Swipe, the duration electric is reset. Let's not judge him just on the stats. Let's take him into battle and give him a whirl. So we've got Tasmanian Kid, so we've got Omega Swipe, Alpha Swipe. So let's drop him down. I'm going to drop Retgar as well, just to try and keep him alive. So we'll use the Omega Swipe first. So I think that this is going to be worrying from the start. We're going to try and take out these harvesters. We're going to start low. So there's the harvesters. You can see there, it doesn't even take out a harvester. So let's take out this turret. Let's try 2 abilities. So we do the first ability, then we do the second one. We've just taken out a turret. Let's give it another go. Let's look into it a bit more. Tasmanian Kid. So this is my worry. First one down, and that's the range. Okay, it's a melee bot, granted. But that's the range. Then we look at the second ability. And the range is absolutely ridiculously small. I mean, look. He can't even get past his range of his gun. But the good thing is the ability level gets a range increase. Yay! So let's give him this range increase. Okay, let's have a look what it looks like with the range increase. Put him down. And that's the first ability. And that's the second one. And this is the ability level. This is a million spark and zen they're using on him to reach that turret. But we'll try it out. Let's give him that. His first ability. I can't even reach him for the second one. I can't even reach it. Oh, I've got a chance. Oh, I've got a chance. Yes. Now, for 4 ability points, it's not expensive, it's not cheap. But because you're going to use both for 8 ability points, that is expensive. And when you compare that in terms of damage to the likes of Optimus, then this guy doesn't even come close. Now, the worrying thing is that it's got a 30% range increase. But the apes have said that because they've increased his health, believe it or not, because they've increased his damage, because they've increased the damage, I think, of the ability, because of all that, they've decreased the range for ability 11 from 30% to 15%. So it seems like they're looking at this bot and literally every single playtest that he's saying, this bot is awful. Oh no, sorry. I'm lying. Let me rephrase that. Every single playtester that can get into playtest right now and has this bot, because most of them don't, all those that do are saying this is awful. And the apes are saying, basically, we disagree. We think this is pretty good. And so because you're asking for all these things, We need to scale him back. I just think that this bot shows the complete and utter disconnect of the apes from the actual game. Most of them don't play the game at a high level. This is some of the worst content I've ever seen. Now, yesterday they said they'd give us some changes, and these are the changes. But don't forget, that's with a 30% increase, so that's going to be less of a range. And I started to think to myself, how bad is this bot? How bad is it? What bot can I compare it to? And I thought, some people compare it to Cheetor, but for less ability points, Cheetor will take out those 4 harvesters. So Cheetor is better than Tasmanian Kid. Cheetor can equip ranged combats to keep him out of trouble. They can only equip melee combats. So he's worse than Cheetor. So I started going down thinking, well, who's he as bad as? And I would honestly say, as bad as this girl. Now, yes, Dust Up is a gunner, and Tasmanian Kid is a melee special, but that goes against Tasmanian Kid more than Dust Up. That makes Dust Up better because she's ranged. Now, that 78k damage is misleading, like Tasmanian Kid's is misleading. You look at the damage and you go, oh, 800, that's, 800 over 8 seconds, that's decent damage when you combine the 2 for 8 ability points. That can do decent in an area, but he can't reach an area. And, I don't usually swear in my streams, and it's not I don't swear in real life, of course I do, but I just try and keep it professional. But this is me being professional. This bot is dog shit. Absolute dog shit. This bot is honestly some of the worst content to ever come out. And I'm going to say something that I don't think people are really going to like, but it's true. If you are going for this bot as the 5-star, regardless of the reason, if your reason is to level other bots, if your reason is because you think that it might be a combiner bot, which it won't, but let's just say you think it is, whatever, if you think that it's going to get a rework, I understand all them, but you're a mug. Because you are saying to Space Ape, no matter what content you put out, no matter what trash you put out, I will spend money on it. And that's not a solution for the game. It's not. And I honestly think, and I don't think this is for 1 minute, but it looks to me like Space Ape have gone, let's bring out, what's the worst class? Oh, melee. Okay, let's bring out melee. What's the worst thing we can do for a melee bot? Oh, give it low health and low damage. Right, let's do that. Okay. Let's give it 2 abilities, make it expensive. Okay, let's make it really hard to use. And what else can we do? Oh, let's make it really cruddy range. Alright, let's do all them. And let's see if people spend money on it. And I don't think they've done that for 1 minute. But that's honestly what it looks like. Because they're so detached from the game. If they think this content is decent, they are deluded. Absolutely deluded. And I worry for the state of the game if they think that this is even half decent. Because it worries me that the playtesters are going, it needs more health, more damage, more ability damage, more range, reduced cost. And they go, well, if we're increasing the range, we need to decrease the damage. Like, that makes it OP by increasing the range. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? 790 damage for 8 seconds. Now, granted, that is the 4-star. So let's just say it does 1,000 damage for 8 seconds. And you compare that to Ultimate Optimus, who does 1,000 damage for 10 seconds. Like, and you need 8 ability points for that. You need to use 2 abilities. So it's not even like you can use 1 ability. You've got to use 2. You've got to use the 8 seconds and use the other on top of that as well. But don't forget it resets when you use it, so you won't even get the 2 out of it. It's absolutely crap. Absolute crap. And if you are going for the 5-star, this next weekend, you are saying to Space Ape, I will lap up whatever you put out. And sadly, nothing's going to change. And I know a lot of top alliances have let him pretty much think about boycotting this. And yesterday, I messaged Dale, and don't for 1 minute think this is Dale's fault, but I messaged Dale and said, listen, I'm prepared to go on my stream tomorrow and say this is the worst content I've ever seen. Now, if you guys can make some positive changes for that, I would more than happy go on my stream and say it's good. But I'm going on my stream tomorrow. I'm going to post a video on Friday. I'm literally posting this video. I normally save things for my members, but I need to get this video out to people so they know how bad it is, what they're actually bidding on. They really need to know. And I think that everyone needs to tell everyone how bad this is. Because I've literally given them a chance. I said, listen, you go make some changes tomorrow and hopefully you can make this bot good before my stream. I can go on my stream and go, listen, this was some of the worst content ever, but they've listened to the playtesters and they've made it good. And all I've done, basically, is give it some HP and DPS. We talk about other bots, and this is the benchmark. This is the benchmark. Granted, again, it is a 5-star. You're talking about a 20% difference. But 47k health, 900 DPS, 10k damage, plus 25% explosion radius increase. That's the kind of thing you're competing against. Ultimate Optimus is old content. This new content needs to be better than this. Now, if he had one ability that did 10k damage over 10 seconds, and that was water, and it did 10k damage in 10 seconds, and that was electric, I'd be sat there going, I don't mind this. And it had like 50k health and 1000 DPS. I'd be sat there going, I can see value in this because Ultimate Optimus is fire, that is electric and water. We're talking about elements. I can see this bot being good down the line. But right now, they've had more than enough time to prove this bot. We've not even got a week left. We've literally got maybe, don't forget, we've got Friday, then the closer weekend, we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at push. We've got 5 days to get this right. They've had this for 2 weeks, and this is what they've got after 2 weeks. They've had this in the bag for a few weeks, and this is what they come up with. It was even worse when we got it. Even a lot worse. And this is the content version 4 that they think is about right. And it's literally really woeful, guys. It's really, really woeful. Really woeful. The fact you've got to use both the abilities to make it decent. Why not just make it 1 and give it, make it 8 ability points and give it both and give it the whole damage. There's just the whole idea around this bot is just disappointing. The fact that playtest is not working, the fact we got it late, it's the wrong art, the fact that it was a blue triangle, the fact that they're arguing with with playtesters, basically saying that they basically don't know what they're talking about, not listening to them, just asking for surveys rather than actually listen to the feedback, just fill a survey out. The fact that we even got it in the first place so poor just shows that they have total no idea about the game and where the game is at. And I was even reading Tex's comments, and Tex just lost his head in playtest. And I've never seen, and I always say this, when playtest is united, you need to start worrying because there's always difference of opinions. But when everyone is saying this is trash, and literally everyone, and honestly guys, everyone is saying this is trash. Don't compete for this bot. Now, if they make it good next week, fine. And I know it's going to cause a massive headache for most families, and I'm sorry, guys. I really am. But I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, right now it's pretty awful, but they might make it better next week. They've struggled to even get the bot to where it is now over the last 4 weeks, whatever time they've had it. They struggle with everything time-wise. Their time scheduling is abysmal. Abysmal. They don't have the time it takes to fix this bot. I don't even think they want to fix this bot. I honestly think they think it's fine. And this is the kind of content that they are pumping out now. And we can't accept it. We really can't. And I don't want to call for a boycott. But honestly, if you are going for this bot as a 5-star, you're a mug. That is my message to everyone. You can literally quote that. And I will stand by that. But I'm literally bidding for the 4-star to do some leveling. And I don't mind doing that because I'm going to spend about $40 because I've got some bots to level. But if you're throwing hundreds of dollars at this to get this, and then also people will go, I'm not spending $100 to this, I'm not spending $100 to level. You could level in any event. You don't have to level for this. But people have literally said, if you gave me this bot for free and leveled it for me, I still wouldn't use it. That's how bad it is. Another playtester said, I have 3 stars that are better than this. These are the kind of comments that were coming out in playtests from the playtesters. And the apes, sadly, I don't know what they're thinking, but they're just sort of thinking that the playtesters are wrong. So, again, I will show it again next week, but it's too late then. It's the day before the event. I don't want people dropping out the event the day before. So you need to make your mind up now, sadly, guys. Are you going for the 5-star and you're going to hope that Space Ape pull it out of the bag for the first time in their life? Or are you going to take it for what it is right now because they've left it so late and make a stand and go, I'm not having the piss taken me out anymore. If you can't get this content out to us earlier at a decent level so we know what we're bidding for, then I ain't taking it. I'm not buying it. And we need to make a stand at some point. Otherwise, it's going to be exactly the same every endurance. Crap bots, not good enough, out last minute, and you don't know what you're bidding on. No one is going to bid or should bid on something where you don't know what you're getting. If you see some value in it, fair enough. But it ain't a combined bot. It's not going to be anything else like that. My advice is, don't bother.